Welcome to Alan's Trains. Today we are looking at the Wainwright H class from Hornby R3631. This is the obligatory end of the box view. Well, let's get her out of the box. Usual Hornby packaging. And there she is. Looks a lovely loco. You get a detail bag as well with it. And the usual Wainwright H class. It tells you where to fit the brake rigging. Let's put her on the turntable, shall we? As I say, the 26th of March 2021, so it's out of warranty, and it cost, what did it cost? £101. This is a loco that was seen on British Railways right up until the end of steam. It's quite a useful loco to have as a substitute for the O2 tank, but it has a number of issues which we're going to look at in this video. As a model of the H class, you can't really fault it for detail and attention to detail. Compared to the O2 tank from EFE, it does have sprung buffers and it does have a bit more pulling power. Several variants have been produced. It has been produced in the South Eastern and Chatham Railway livery, I think. Or is it London Brighton South Coast livery? I can't remember. What are we going to look at here? We're going to look at the interior detail. Stop! Oh, no, come back. Come back. That's it, come back this way. Yes, there we can see the interior detail. There's quite a lot of interior cab detail there. So if you want a loco with interior cab detail, there you have it. You've got to dismantle this loco. This involves taking out 4 screws. There are 2 here and 2 here. So we undo this one. Oh, no, there's a screw under here. That screw got out. Right. There's 2 more screws here. That reveals the innermost of it. Right. Well, what's happened to this loco? Zoom in. Here we see there's a suppression capacitor that's burnt out. How about that? So what we're going to try and find out is whether this suppression capacitor, if it is removed, the loco will still run. This suppression capacitor is dead as cold mutton, so let's snip it out. Right. If we zoom in here, you'll notice that the capacitor has burnt the interior of the housing. It's visible quite clearly here. Let's illuminate that a bit more. So it's quite badly burnt. Zoom out. Turning the loco body up the other way, you can see that here the damage that's caused by the heating side has melted the plastic outside. You can see there's damage to the outside. See, look at that. So really this locomotive has seen its best days, I think. So the question is, will it work with the suppression capacitor removed? Let's see. Yes, it's working. But it's not happy. No, something's wrong. I think it's yes, it's making a noise. I think one of the windings is burnt out. Oh well, needs a new motor. Well, this loco has completely departed this life. Won't move at all. Well, what's happened with this? I've replaced the blanking plate that was on it. It's on the platform there. You see that blanking plate? That was what was defective. I replaced it with another blanking plate. Where is it? There it is. Just a standard blanking plate. But so it proves it's not the motor at fault. What I'm going to have to do now is fit a DCC decoder, because with the capacitor removed, the suppression capacitor removed, there won't be any suppression. But if you fit a DCC decoder, then it doesn't matter about the suppression capacitor. Well, it's going in. I've removed the blanking plate that's in it and replaced it with another blanking plate. The old blanking plate on the platform. If you have any comments about this video, please feel free to make a comment. I don't know how I can use this loco without the suppression capacitor. I thought of converting it to DCC.